a body in a car, a rising star in music, and a mystery that has the internet asking one question: what on earth is going on with D4VD? This isn't just another celebrity scandal. This is a story that mixes fame, tragedy, and unanswered questions, where every new detail seems darker than the last. Before all the chaos, D4VD was one of the fastest rising names in music. Born David Anthony Burke, he was just a teenager experimenting in his sister's closet when he recorded songs that would change his life. With minimal equipment, he dropped tracks like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, songs that blew up on TikTok and went viral across the globe. Within months, he was signed to a major label, Darkroom and Interscope, the same team that helped Billie Eilish rise to fame. His soft, emotional delivery made fans feel like he was speaking directly to them. By 2023, his tours were selling out and his songs were charting worldwide. But fame moves fast, and what once looked like a dream now feels like a nightmare. But how did we go from a viral success story to headlines that read like a crime thriller? On September 8th, 2025, Los Angeles authorities discovered something chilling. A decomposed body inside the front trunk of a Tesla that had been sitting in a Hollywood impound lot. That Tesla? Registered to D4VD. The moment the news broke, fans were stunned. Social media exploded with disbelief. People couldn't process how a singer they had connected with through heartbreak ballads was suddenly tied to something this disturbing. The police confirmed the basics, but refused to reveal too much. The body was severely decomposed, making identification difficult. But soon, the truth would unravel. And when the victim's identity was confirmed, the case turned from strange to deeply unsettling. The body was identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, a girl who had been missing since April 2024. She had vanished more than a year earlier with almost no clues about what happened. Here's where things get disturbing. Both Celeste and D4VD reportedly had the same tattoo on their right index fingers. One single word: shh. Fans immediately latched onto this detail. Was it coincidence? Was there a deeper connection? Online forums filled with speculation, conspiracy theories, and debates about whether this was evidence of a personal relationship between the singer and the teen. The tattoo wasn't the only eerie detail. Around the same time, a leaked track allegedly titled Celeste surfaced online, with lyrics that fans believed hinted at a bond between the two. Whether the song was real or just an internet rumor, it fueled the fire. But the connections didn't stop with tattoos and leaked lyrics. The fallout spread far beyond D4VD's fan base. Almost immediately, D4VD's tour dates were canceled. Concerts in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and other major cities disappeared from ticket sites. Collaborators began distancing themselves. Singer Kali Uchis, who had released a joint track with D4VD called Crashing, was reported to be pushing to remove the song from streaming platforms. Brands that once saw him as a fresh face for Gen Z were suddenly silent. His once skyrocketing career looked like it had slammed into a wall overnight. But while the industry moved to protect itself, fans wanted answers, and investigators weren't staying quiet either. The LAPD confirmed that the Tesla had been towed from a Hollywood apartment complex in late August. Staff at the impound lot eventually noticed the smell and called police, leading to the grim discovery. Investigators executed search warrants tied to the case, seizing evidence, but they've been extremely tight-lipped about what they've uncovered. At the time of recording this, no charges have been filed against D4VD himself. Still, the silence leaves room for endless speculation. Did he know Celeste personally? How did her body end up in his car? And why hadn't he reported the vehicle missing or impounded? The lack of clear answers keeps the internet buzzing. And when it comes to the internet, theories move faster than facts. Fans, critics, and conspiracy theorists turned Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit into war zones of speculation. Some claimed D4VD had written hidden messages into his music. Others believed the tattoo connection was proof of a secret relationship. Clips of his past interviews resurfaced, with people analyzing every word and gesture for clues. Even harmless lyrics were suddenly being dissected like evidence in a courtroom. And with each new rumor, the lines between fact for fans who once cried to "Here With Me," the mystery felt personal. But no matter what theories go viral, the truth remains buried in unanswered questions. Lost in the headlines is Celeste herself, a teenager whose life ended too soon. While people debate the meaning of tattoos and song lyrics, her family is left grieving. Her story reminds us that behind the viral frenzy is a real tragedy. And then there's D4VD. Whether guilty of something or caught in a web of circumstance, his silence only deepens the mystery. Fame can elevate someone overnight, but it can also magnify every shadow around them. Which brings us to the most pressing question: what happens next? At this point, the D4VD situation is less about music and more about mystery. A missing girl, a body found in a Tesla, tattoos, leaked tracks, canceled tours, and a silence that speaks louder than words. Fans are left torn between defending the artist who once gave them comfort and demanding accountability for the disturbing details tied to his name. And while investigators remain tight-lipped, one thing is certain: the story of D4VD is no longer just about a kid singing in his closet. It's about a star whose rising light has been swallowed by questions that may never fully be answered. The disturbing truth: we might only be scratching the surface. That's the latest on the D4VD situation. If you want the full story every time it breaks, hit subscribe and turn on notifications.